Welcome back. We are joined by a young gentleman, very refined, all the way from DRC, and his story is so inspiring from a point of being born in a country that is unstable, a country that has beautiful resources, that has brought, so many people who don't have the right intentions, surviving from that, being forced to go, into hiding and finally settling in a beautiful country, Kenya. We have our issues, but I can tell you, we are very, very warm people. So, Akim, I'm so glad that I'm also feeling that our conversations are at par because we're appreciating what we have. I love how you spoke about the warmth that Kenya has, and I think that's the pride. It should be the pride of Africa.
I agree.
Our warmth, and the people of Congo, despite all the circumstances that we are going through. So, this is one thing I know. Again, other than your natural, beautiful, rich resources, Congo produces the most amazing artists.
I agree. I think when God was, throwing music on earth,
yes,
Congo,
Congo ndio. Yeah. Is it? I mean, in Kenya we have runners. We hit every
the Kipchoges, right?
Kipchoges. We have very good runners. Some of us can't run, but we produce very good runners, hardworking people. Could you paint for us that picture of the talent in Congo? Because you guys are incredible. Oh, and before you do, my favorite gospel song is called Moyo Wangu. I'm sure you know who sang that song.
Patrick Kubuya.
Yes,
yeah.
It's my favorite song.
Oh, that's good.
It's amazing. Yes, please, could you just walk us through that again?
Yeah, I mean, Congo's talent can blow your mind because everywhere you go, people are playing their guitar and they're just singing. Everywhere on the street, it's just so warm. Music is kind of all over.
Yes.
So Congo and talent is one thing.
It's incredible. Yeah, you've produced Fali, Pupa. You guys, it's just something else.
Yeah.
I also see a lot of extravagance, jewelry and,
which is
extravagance,
true. As you said, you dress as you want to be addressed.
Yes.
And I think that's something Congolese have really gotten.
Yeah.
You'll see some guy with some expensive shoes and some expensive suit.
Yes.
Jewelry is expensive ones.
Yes.
It is not to show off, but to feel good.
Yeah.
You want to feel good how you
are.
Exactly. And that's not only on dress, on dress code, it's in every aspect of life. When we are partying, we are partying for real.
Yes.
When we are worshiping, we are worshiping for real.
Yes.
So I kind of think and feel like we do everything at the extremes in a good way.
Yes.
Like we don't like to do things half-half. We do them as they ought to be done.
Yes.
Yeah.
Great. You're in Kenya. A few months later, this unfortunate pandemic happens. COVID. But before that, and I wouldn't want, it would be very unfair if we did this interview without hearing about that particular song that you put out there that brought all this trouble. What was it? What exactly was happening? And now you take us through the whole transition through COVID and out of COVID, but all the way out of it.
Yeah, I mean, as artists, the duty we have is to help the world become a better place. The duty we have is to sensitize people on all these matters that are surrounding our society.
Yes.
And my duty as an artist was to, lead people to vote for the right guy when we were coming to 2019 election. And the song was saying, I don't want to vote for thieves. I don't want to vote for those who have been there for 5 years and did nothing.
Yes.
I don't want to vote for my relative. I want to vote for someone who will make Congo a better place.
Yes.
And as I said again, some ears didn't want to hear it. So that's what the song was about. So going back to COVID times, it was not easy. COVID was crazy. I think it was crazy for all of us, you know.
It was, yeah.
I was still single at that time, living in Langanta alone. So it was just, remember I told you I was serving in church and I was serving in a band. So the band went down.
Course, yeah.
Yeah, but I'm very grateful because of church and the community of believers you always have around. In difficult times, there are the people who will come and, you know, help you sustain yourselves.
Yes.
So COVID was not easy, but as I'm wired, I love looking at things in a positive way.
Yes.
So I told myself, you need to get something out of COVID. What was that something?
Yes.
The first thing was we were locked up. Every time 7 a.m., 12, Gioni, you have to hear about how many people have died. And I was like, this is too much. Let me change the narrative.
Good.
So I said, let me learn English. And my English, I learned it from Netflix.
No, no way.
Yeah, so I challenged myself because before then I used to watch French movies.
Yes.
So I said from now on it's English movies only.
Okay.
And I can tell you, Maureen, for sure, the first movie I watched was Empire. And I was just looking at the images, not understanding anything.
No way.
Yeah.
Okay.
So my English comes from COVID time and Netflix. Listening to movies, watching with subtitles, and then kutoa subtitles. And before you know it, you can hear. Before you know it, you can speak. And that's it.
Wow.
So it's to make sure out of every difficult situation, you get something. There's always something good to get from every situation.
Yes.
You know, that was the first thing. The second one was a degree.
Wow.
So I registered online.
Okay.
Yeah. And I did website development and security. Yeah, and when COVID was ending, I was in a gown.
No.
Yeah.
This is mind-blowing. You are so inspirational. I can't believe it, because if there's a person now who can be used as an example of turn everything that's negative into something great, it should be you.
Thank you for that. But I mean, there are so many other people out there who maybe are doing it but don't know they are doing it.
Yes.
It's just up to you to, like, everyone to change your attitude when it comes to different, because we are in the world. There will always be troubles and problems.
That's a fact.
It's up to you to say, will this put me down, or I can find my way out of this. You know, when you go with that kind of vision, well, things will always work for the better.
Agreed.
Yeah, and I think that's the promise we have. God tells us, I have good plans for you, plans for you to prosper, not to harm you, because plans for you to have a bright future. And when you live with that, you will always have the assurance that out of this, something good can come.
Exactly.
And yeah, that's me. I'm always wired to positive things. Positive things.
Again, very inspiring, because again, we live in a world of comparison, of wondering what the next person is doing to be where they are. Then we forget that what we see is not really, sometimes it's not what it is. And also putting in the work, because you decided, you were deliberate and said, hey, I'm going to put in work, I'm going to go to school, even if it's distance learning, and I'm going to do what I need to do. And then secondly, you put yourself in a situation where you said, okay, things are the way they are, but I'm gonna face this other way and see the good. And I love the Jeremiah 29:11, that God has good plans for us. And thanks for that reminder. Great. So what kind of music do you make or sing? What is it like?
So I'm gonna stuck to the present and just say, what kind of music do you make? So I'm a gospel artist. I'm now singing worship songs to Jesus Christ. My latest release was yesterday. I was talking about Thanksgiving. And that's why you saw when we started our conversation, I was so blown when you said, we give thanks 3 times a day. Yeah, so my latest song is about Shukrani. It's just me saying thanks to God, because as you said, there's so much that we need to be grateful
Absolutely.
for. The simple fact that we can even open our mouth and talk. Someone right now is struggling to open their mouth. The simple fact that we can breathe. Someone is paying millions right now. You know, to be able to breathe. So I sing gospel music for the glory of God.
Amazing, incredible. There's something that I picked from the conversation, you know, for the ladies who are looking in and they're like, okay, is he available? Is he single? And you mentioned that you used to live alone then. Have the circumstances changed?
Yes, it has.
Nice.
Well, I'm married now.
Nice.
I'm married to one wife.
Yes.
A female one.
Very important to clarify that.
Yeah, it's very important because we live now in a world where you know it's becoming confusing.
Very.
Yeah, so I'm married.
Nice.
And shout out to my wife, Marcy.
Yes. Kenyan girl?
Kenyan girl.
Amazing.
Vyote vilivyoko mbinguni na duniani ni vyako, Mwenyezi Mungu, ufalme ni wako, nawe umetukuzwa. Mkuu juu ya vitu vyote, mkuu juu ya vitu vyote, utajiri na heshima utoka kwako, vyote wewe.
For someone like me, you know, from this conversation, I'm already thinking what would happen. Where do I even start if I want to go to Congo? What will I find? Do you have any like attractions? How is the infrastructure? Where can I stay? Say again from your own, you know, experiences.
Infrastructure-wise, it's so bad because the roads are chaotic. You know, tourism attractions, so many. You know, Congo is big. I always say Congo is a continent. That's me. You know? So many places to visit. We have so many forests, so many lakes, so many animals that can only be found in Congo, I think. So there are so many places you can really visit and have fun. Hotels, yes. You know, we have good hotels where you can stay. And coming from Kenya, it should just be like home because people are still warm. You can speak Swahili, so somehow you can communicate. So visit Congo when you can. It is a beautiful place to visit.
Nice. And you know, also I say we are the chosen ones, you know, being on the equator. It's like we experience everything good in terms of weather and all that. What could you say in terms of being a son of Congo? What would your expectations be? What would you wish, you know, could be done differently?
I think our main problem is governance.
I
always say, if your head is not okay, your whole body cannot function.
Absolutely.
My finger can decide not to function, and I will still walk around and do things. But if my head is not okay, that's done.
Very true.
So I pray to God that someday we will find good governors, good leaders who have a vision for the country, and those good leaders will take us from the pit we are in. You know, war is bad, and the impact is trauma, death, separation, and all those bad things. So taking Congo out from, you know, war will help people to focus on other things, on how to develop the country.
Absolutely.
And it's a country with so much potential. So I pray to God that one day we will have that kind of governance because it will impact every aspect of our life.
Yes.
Yeah. So the second thing I would always pray upon Congo is God's grace and hope. Yeah, that despite what is happening, that people can still be able to look at the future and have hope.
Yes.
Yeah, so basically that would be my message for Congo.
Great. Pride of Congo. What is pride of Congo? Is it the music? Is it the like there's something you're like, when you come, when I come, when I'm able to, when you come. This is what I'm going to show you. Okay, for instance, I've seen Fali, if people has built like a really nice home near the river. Is it the River Nile?
Yeah,
yeah?
No, River Congo.
River Congo, yes.
Pride of Congo, I'm trying to narrow it narrow it down to one.
Yes.
I mean, there's
so much.
So much.
Yeah.
There's so much. We have peacock, we have gold, we have, you know, diamond, we have all these rivers.
Yes.
I think the pride of Congo would be Congo.
Congo, just be Congo.
Yeah, Congo is just Congo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Such a beauty, you know, not knowing what it feels like to be truly beautiful. I hope they, you know, before and when we're still in this world, we're able to see it come up and rise up, and leadership changes, and everywhere, honestly, pretty much in the whole of Africa, because, you know, it's, the government is eating its own, and that's how it's been. We normalize everything negative, every thing that affects, you know, citizens who are there trying to live and be good for themselves. Great. So your music, where can it be found?
Well, my music is everywhere. Everywhere means every streaming platform.
Yes.
Starting with YouTube, iTunes, Spotify, Deezer, and everything you can name. So I would encourage all of us who are watching us now to just go and listen to it. It will be a blessing to you,
Great.
I believe.
All right.
Yeah.
What names do you use on your
On my
platforms?
socials, it's Cor Akim.
Cor.
That is C-O-R
Oh.
space A-K-I-M. Cor Akim.
Great.
Yeah.
How does the future look like for Akim?
Well, the future is looking futuristic. It's a beautiful future.
Yes.
As you said in Jeremiah, God is giving us a bright future.
Yes.
It's up to us to realize your happiness will not come from the people around you.
Yeah.
Your happiness will not come from your government. Your happiness first comes from within yourself.
Exactly.
So keep focus.
Yeah.
Set your hope on Jesus Christ, because He's the only one who is able to give you that peace that surpasses all human understanding.
Yeah.
Once you get that, change your attitude towards what you see, what you hear. Remain positive.
Remain positive.
That's the biggest gift you can give to yourself in this world. And once you do all of that, your future is assured.
Absolutely. Again, it should be unfair for me to ask you to give us your thoughts and perspective, because despite all the challenges you've gone through, you've reached at a point in your life, you're like, okay, now I'm here and I'm going to start my own family, which has become such a rare thing, especially in Kenya. What can you tell young men who are out there? Again, I'm also going to ask from a perspective of understanding that you haven't been in it for too long, but what can you tell young men in terms of the goodness of family, the goodness of knowing that we came here because of love and we're going to leave because of love, the love of God. Yeah.
I mean, family or the institution of marriage was started by God when He created Adam and Eve. Yes. Not Adam and Thomas, Adam and Eve.
Adam and Steve.
So God is love.
Yes.
So that means in family and marriage there is love. So if your marriage or your family is built on God, then it will survive all these storms of life. So to young men or young people as me, or even older people, because it's not only happening to young people. You are hearing people after 25 years of marriage, something has happened and you're like, how come? It is the commitment you make. When you say for better, for worse, it is a lifetime commitment.
Exactly.
You should always know there will be happy times, there will be unhappy times, but you have to stick to the vow you made.
Exactly.
So the secret is build it on Jesus Christ. The second thing is know that you are marrying a human being. It's not someone special who will never do any kind of mistake. It's a human being as fallen as you are. So learn to forgive them as you would want to be forgiven. And the third thing is start it in a good way. What am I saying about good way? I mean, well, we're now in a world where it's free.
Yeah.
People call each other and you start a family.
Yeah.
But how about you take time to know each other first?
Absolutely.
Spend a lot of time knowing each other first and making sure this is the person I will want to spend my life with. After you've known them, now go through all the process. Because as I say in English, Maureen, easy come, easy go.
True.
If I got you easily,
You
well, I won't mind losing
Absolutely,
you.
yeah.
But if it took me something to have someone, then it will take me everything to keep them. So to all the young people, marriage works. Yes. Family works. So choose your person and make it work.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I love that. It's so wonderful having you here in the show. We're very honored to know that you took time to be here and talk to us and talk to the young people who watch this show. And I know just as I am inspired, they will and they are as well. So Akim, asante sana.
Asante pia, I'm honored. One thing I've been inspired with this show and with you is Maureen thanks God 3 times a day.
Yes.
And she has an alarm on her phone for that. So
yes.
Let's learn to be thankful, and I think that will be my challenge. Kwanzia leo.
Yeah, for 2024. Let me tell you, a heart of gratitude is a heart that never lacks in any way possible. You know, constantly, because there's so much to be grateful for. Like you said, even breathing, there's somebody who is paying millions to get a cylinder of oxygen. It's I think we need to focus on what is going right other than what could go wrong or is already going wrong. It's about climbing that place and saying, yes, I'm a conqueror, I will do it. And I'm happy that I could inspire you as well.
Thank you.
Wonderful. Great. This show has come to an end, as all good things. And I hope you've been inspired by Akim, who has an incredible story of resilience, being put down, and he said, nope, I'm going to go up and I'm going to thrive. And he has so much inspiration about him. And like I started the show saying that his energy is so amazing. And I hope that, you know, in 2024, more of this happens, not only to the nest, but also to you watching from wherever you're watching. If you have a story that is inspiring, a story that also brings positivity, feel free to share with us so that you can inspire somebody who has lost hope or they're questioning everything they're doing. I've been your host, Maureen Waititu. Until next time, it's a good night from us.